waiting on, you've seen the caravan of the buses carrying the players, their families, other folks associated with the organization making their way. That might be the DJI, the party flatbed. Make their way along the boulevard, and they're all, of course, making their way to the AAA, where Mr. Mayor.
There we go.
I guess being the chief executive of the city, rates a good spot in the parade.
He gets a good seat, definitely.
And what does he win? What did he win, by the way? You know how they always make those exchanges. The mayor of this offers this. I can't remember what. Maybe
I remember we were giving stone crabs, and I think they were sending us.
What are we getting from Texas?
I remember it. I remember saying it's not a very even Tex-Mex.
Right.
Not ribs. Waypoint on the route here.
Well, we're pretty close.
Where are they now?
This is it looks to be the boulevard around about Bayfront Park there, I think. So we're getting pretty close to. Not quite sure how many deep we're still.
Oh, there we are. We're at the Freedom Tower.
So yeah, we're
just passed the Freedom Tower, so we're getting close to the end zone. Although that's not the appropriate.
Right.
Application here, the sporting application to use. Then I think Chris Bosch's was the first leading the way there with the trophy, or was it LeBron?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but we had that. We have LeBron. We have is Udonis Haslem on that one, or is he on a separate one? But I think that's about 7 or 8 buses, not to mention the flatbed in the middle with DJI on board and the mayor of Miami on there.
Steve is waving, which must mean he has something very important to share with us. Steve.
I think it's hard for Steve to hear us. Steve, can you hear us?
Can't say I blame him. Steve? All right, well, we know he's there, so we can get to him as soon as we know he can hear us again, and we'll check back because Steve is positioned pretty much at the end of this thing.
There's
at the
one
arena.
of the Heat dancers there checking her phone. Maybe she's tweeting and Instagramming and doing everything else as well.
It's like, here's how I'm spending my Monday. How about you?
Absolutely. Good for them. Everybody's a part of it. And there's LeBron James smiling also ear to ear. It's good to be the king, isn't it, LeBron? LeBron James, just a good old guy from Ohio, still sort of. It was nice what he said when he got the trophy that said, you know, I'm a kid from the inner city. I'm not even supposed to be here right now. Where a lot of people saying they're seeing a new side of LeBron, a humbler, more mature side, that he's grown up a lot here in Miami, and now he's taken a leadership role with the Miami Heat, and it's nice to see that he's growing up. Good for him.
And fun to see Coach Spo, too. I think Sheldon Fox made the point earlier.
I love me some Coach Spo.
You've mentioned that a couple 100,000 times in the few times we've
I was hoping Coach Spo would invite me to be on board his bus, but
No, you need to be here today with me. Sorry.
Since you won't let me go.
It's great to see him with a smile plastered on his face. I mean, that guy's
so
stone-faced for so understandably so, and then that smile just wouldn't move.
It's good to see everybody smiling, because a lot of people, I mean, they were highs, lows, you know, anxiety. These games were just nuts. You know, that one game, we were here that one time, that it went into overtime, then overtime again, and then we just inched right by. And, I mean, every game seemed to be just a nail-biter. It gave people so much anxiety, but, wow, I mean, that's what finals are all about. I mean, you got the two best teams.
A good final series, absolutely.
And even to the Game 7, we had, thank goodness for Ray Allen and that three-pointer, took us over the top and got us to Game 7. And even Game 7 was just, you know, tit for tat all the way. So everybody's smiling today. There's no more anxiety, no more stress, no more near heart attacks.
Certainly a hard-fought win, well-deserved, and that's why I'd imagine for these guys and everybody associated with the organization, that makes this day that much more special, how tight it was and how tough it was to get to this point.
Just maybe a couple of people may have called in sick today. That's the only thing that maybe.
I'd kind of thought about you. I had a spot down on the boulevard.
They would have driven to your house in a news car to get you. They would have sent 7 Skyforce over to get you if you tried calling in sick. I would have dragged you out of bed.
There's always tomorrow.
I would have dragged you out of bed.
Add my name to the list. Sheldon Fox is also, he's on the other side of the street, down by the AAA, where things are starting to pick up because everybody's arriving. Sheldon?
Look at this. They're on the train track thing.
Craig and Valkis, this looks like it's exactly, you can see that guy, can't you? Carp, let's quickly focus on that since Belky's touched upon it really quickly. Not the safest thing in the world to do, to be up on those railroad crossing posts. I'm not sure what's going to happen to those guys, but for now, we show Mr. 305.
Let's hope nothing happens to those guys.
Miami native himself.